What's going on, love? Welcome or welcome back to Melanated Mindfulness Tarot. You already know if you've been here before that as you are coming into this space, I am sending you all the good energy and the positive vibes that you may need in this time. Genuinely. I wish I could just like hug you through the camera right now, for real, so you can feel where I'm coming from. Now, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in booking a service with me or interested in supporting me on any of the other platforms that I'm on, make sure that you check out the description because all of that information will be there. Okay? Today we are going into the collective energy, asking Spirit, what is it that we need to know? I think I'm also going to pull a few cards um, so that we can tap into the energies that are connected to us. And let's see what we get out of that. I do have the regular deck, my normal deck in front of me. I also have the clarification deck and the chakra wisdom oracle deck. Majority of these messages are like informative. They are healing messages. They are messages to help you feel or be and become more empowered in your journey alone type of thing. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave a comment somewhere, right? Let's start some conversation or some dialogue. Spirit, what is the message that you have for us as a collective? You know our hearts and you know our situations. Can you please give me the cards that I need in order for me to be able to deliver the message in a way that it'll be received with an open mind and an open heart? We're going to look for a few more to come out. And remember, these first cards are your energy. Spirit, can you give us the one? Thank you. Okay. All right. So we're gonna start with the collective overall energy first, right? And how it seems like how I set it up is like a recent past, the present, and then the future type of energy. Okay. So recent past, there is the Seven of Discs in reverse, and then there is the Five of Wands. There is some internal conflict that you could be experiencing when it comes to having to let something or somebody go. It's like, the energy of you not wanting to let go of, you not wanting to let go whoever or whatever this is because you don't know if you're going to come into more, or you know what I'm saying? You don't know if you're going to come into more. You don't know if what you're going to experience after this is better. But there are so many lessons and blessings in situations like that, because most times when we put ourselves in those type of situations where we don't want to leave people, places, jobs, it does not matter. We over time, like, we gradually become obligated to operate in a certain space, even when we know, like when I say we know that it's not conducive to who we are becoming. Okay. So when you get into a situation like that and it's hard for you to let go because you're uncertain of what's going to come about in the future, you have control over that. Like, you look, because if you go, say for instance, if you leave this particular situation or this particular person and you come into something different, when now you should be more consciously aware, like when there's a red flag, not to dismiss it, because you've learned a lot by being in this particular situation or with this particular person, right? You've learned a lot. So when you start seeing those things, like similar things pop up, the similar emotions or the similar things that start to trigger you, now you can move a different way. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to get a different outcome, or in order for you to obtain whatever it is you need from the lessons as you're moving forward. So don't get so caught up in, you know, whether or not you should or shouldn't do something. There's also people who be like, I don't want to leave this situation, or I don't want to leave this person alone because What if they get their act together and they give somebody else everything that I wanted, right? Everything happens like for a reason. And whatever they choose to give to that next person or to the next situation or whatever the case may be, just because they start to show up and it seems like they're giving that to somebody else doesn't mean that if you stay that they would eventually start to give it to you. So again, that's like the recent past. So it could be some energy that you're still operating in at some point, like in this moment, sort of type of thing. And maybe you're transitioning out of that, or this is something that you were operating in, like that fear of letting go, that fear of disconnection, that fear of uncertainty type of energy. And we will get into that to clarify that. So with the current energy that is surrounding us, it's more so like mind over matter type of energy. So you get the Three of Swords and then you have the Adjustment. There is something that you think about that pretty like when you think about it, you tap into it, it hurts your feelings. It makes you feel some type of way. I get it. The fairness, the balance, the justice. I really don't want to say the karma, but they saying the karma is there already. Like, don't put yourself in a position to go have to like retaliate or get revenge because it's already happening. Even if it's to the point where like on the surface you feel like, oh, they're too happy or they this and they left me sad and they left me angry and all of this, or they hurt me or they bust my windows out my car or whatever it is that happened, right? They may be smiling on the surface about some shit, but in the inside, like you don't know what it is that they're going through. um but justice will be served in whatever this current situation is, like the situation that is present in the present, uh not the present area, place, on how I'm looking at it on my table. Like there's the, like I said, the recent past, the present, and then the immediate future that's popping up or that I put in place. And again, it's like, get control of your thoughts, get control over your mind. Don't allow your mind to control you. Don't allow you can think about a situation and you can be ready to like fuck some stuff up. Like, what the hell? Like, and deep down inside, you really don't want to do it, but your mind is telling you to do it. So you think that this is the only way. And that can come from, the experiences that you've had or the things that you have witnessed, growing up in life that could be making you want to react and respond that way. But always remember, you get out what you put in what you get out. So if you choose to go and retaliate or get revenge in the worst way possible, who can stop you? Like, I can't stop you. I'm going to encourage you not to, because that same energy you're putting out is what you're going to get back one way or another. And it don't have to come back in the exact same way that you put it out. It's some shit that's going to come on the same level or that same frequency that you're putting out. So what you're doing may be one thing energetically, but when it comes back, you may feel it a little bit harder. It may really like rip a hole in your pockets, or it may really like do numbers on you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to scare you or make you afraid, but on this channel, love, I'm all about like positivity and high vibrations and things of that nature. I don't really condone to like taking life away from people or, speaking negative on people, because for what? You know what I'm saying? For what? When that's not gonna make you happy at the end of the day. Like, you have to process that, and like you have to process those emotions that this person has triggered you into coming to. When you learn how to process those emotions or identify them and then process them, then you'll put yourself in a position to be able to heal. And it won't phase you how it's been phasing you. And if any other type of situation in your life like that presents itself, then you'll know how to deal with it, opposed to you feeling like you just got to keep on meeting people where they got you effed up at, right? At some point, you got to recognize and realize, or at some point, you just want to really be accountable for the role that you play in whatever your situation or circumstances are. And when I'm saying be accountable, that does not mean that you are to blame for it. It's like, pay attention to the role that you play. so that you can make the necessary adjustments, or so that you can change whatever it is that you need to change about your situation, so you don't have to keep having these similar experiences with different people, right? You know how they be talking about like how you can date the same person in a different body. That the only reason and way that happens is when we choose not to really like learn the lessons that are being presented to us in those times, when they pop up. So control yourself. Like don't let your thoughts pull you into some stuff you can't get out of. Okay? The immediate future, you have the Nine of Wands in reverse, and then you have the Ace of Swords. It's like you don't know, and I'm saying that lightly. It's like you don't know that you have the power or the strength to transmute certain energies from one side of the spectrum to the other. There is things that piss you off. There are things that make you mad. But again, when you go into those moments and you really identify what it is you're feeling and you actually process the emotions behind it, hopefully the light is not in the way. Yes. Okay, so I can show y'all the cards now. Oh yes, I'm so happy. Okay, so this is the Nine of Wands, but it's in reverse. So it's like, you know, you see, this is on one spectrum, right? You got the dark or the moon on this side, and then you got the sun and the light on the other side. It really has a lot to do with you knowing how powerful you really are, right? Because you can't be happy and sad at the same time. But even in those moments of sadness, you can find something to be happy about, right? Whether it's a loss, an ascension, or a transition, or whatever it may be. Because if you're focusing on what has most recently happened, but then when you're focusing on what has most recently happened, you start to forget about all the good experiences that you had that has led up to this moment, right? We're conditioned to pretty much focus on the negative things or the bad things that we feel like are happening to us. And then we be wondering like, why do this stuff keep on happening? Well, they say where your focus goes is where the energy grows. So if you don't want those low vibrational experiences, then change your mindset, change the way you think, change the things that you think about or what you're focusing on, or try to shift your perspective to see things from a more high vibrational standpoint. And that comes with this card. I am so happy about this. I have found out how to put the light on the thing on the without it blurring out the card like that, right? All right, my bad. Focus. So getting clear on what it is that you want. Anything that you manifest starts in your mind, right? Manifesting, it starts with you being able to visualize things in your mind. And once you visualize these things, then you can have a conversation with yourself, your inner self, your higher self. And then you could be like, what could you be like? What do I need to do in order for me to get into this space? Like, how do I need to operate? Or you can look at the people who you're surrounding yourself with and you can be like, how are these people beneficial to where I want to go in life? And a lot of people be saying like, oh, so you just using people. Not just using people, but I want to make sure the people that I have around me are useful, right? Like if we can't grow together, if I can't put into or pour into you and you can't do the same, if it's not reciprocated, what do we really have going on? Like I don't want to be stuck in a position or stuck in a place to where I'm going to be in the same exact space 10 years from now and nobody else around me either. Because as human, it's a part of human nature. Like we set goals, we achieve our goals, we're excited about that. Like we happy about that. Being stuck and being stagnant, like not moving forward, not having anything to look forward to or trying to achieve, it puts you in a different type of energy. And that's not an energy that I want to experience, especially with the years that I still have ahead of me, right? Yeah, that's not what we on. Let's see. I do want to get over here and clarify. We're going to clarify. I guess we're only going to probably clarify like two. because those are the only ones that are in reverse. So, Spirit, can you give us the cards to clarify the Seven of Discs in reverse? You know what? My bad, y'all. My bad. We're gonna go ahead and get the energy of uh, the energy that's attached to you, like the energy that you're connected to. So this is an energy. It could be outside of yourself. However, it could also be like the other side of you, which is, it sounds crazy when I say what I'm about to say, I guess, but you know, when you deal with other people, they are true. They're still a reflection of something that's going on within you. So even when people are showing up and showing out in your life one way or another, it's still mirroring you in some way, shape, or form. So I just want to, make you aware of something that you may not be aware of in a sense. But let's see. Spirit, can we have the cards that we need on this connected energy? You know their hearts in another situation. Can you please give me the cards when it comes to this connected energy? Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's almost like the complete opposite. It is almost like the complete opposite. So far, wow. Wow. What are these? Because what are these? What are these? Okay. Okay, so for this energy that's connected, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Maggots, we have the Priestess, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Three of Wands, and then we have the Princess of Cups. Okay, I couldn't even hold that energy in. So this is talking about like having having high vibrational energy, having that energy like that. It feels good to feel good. So that's what I'm gonna focus on, kind of energy. Pay attention to that energy, right? They're showing up and you probably be looking at them like they're crazy, or vice versa. Maybe this is you and that's them. But one or the other be showing up like, why are you always laughing? Or why are you always so happy? Or you even may even have those thoughts, but you're paying attention to them and you recognizing and realizing that anything that they want, they manifest it. And like that, you may take it as them bragging, or they may take it as you bragging, right? But it's like they show up in that feel good energy and then they start manifesting everything that they actually desire. So now you questioning like, what the fuck is they got going on? How are they always like getting everything that they ask for? Because they raise their vibration. They're focusing on the things that they actually want to accomplish. They're focusing on the things that actually make them feel like high off life, right? Just at peace, like attracting literally everything to them, putting in the necessary actions that need to be put in because they like being in alignment. That's all it is. Again, when you see these things in your mind, you have to find a way to put yourself in alignment. Like, what are the actions that you need to take? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to change? When you have this conversation with your higher self and you like, how did you get there? Because you know you can have conversations with your higher self. You know that, right? You can have whole conversations. You can see your higher self operating in that space that you want to be in. And you can, hey, come here, let me holler at you right quick. How did you get there? And then she gonna tell you how she got there. I left so and so alone, and I started to do this, and I started to go get massages every other month or every other week, and this started to happen. And then you, right, in your today brain, gonna be like, I can't do that. I ain't got the money to do that. Or I'm not like I'm gonna be bored. I'm not trying to be bored. I'm gonna be in the house bored, lonely, ain't got nobody to talk to, right? Everything that your higher self is going to tell you that he or she did to get into this particular place, you're not going to want to do it right now because you feel like life's going to be boring, or things are not going to work out just like that, or it sounds too simple, or it sounds too complicated, whatever it may be. But the action is definitely there. You need to put one foot in front of the other. They be having me trying to talk crazy. This is why I be like chuckling and laughing because they wasn't saying put one foot in front of the other. I just said it that way because it sounds better. So also for the connecting energy or the person, there is the Three of Wands. Okay, this is the energy of like I can do, I can do it. Like I can do it. I already have everything that I need. I just got to do it. Like I got the confidence. I got the faith, I have the discipline. So again, pay attention to those traits because I didn't already say it. The people that you're connected with, when they show up in a certain energy and you can recognize how they're showing up, they are a reflection of you, and that's good or bad. Whether you feel like it's good or bad, anyway, anything that comes around you and you can recognize it and you can pinpoint some stuff, that is letting me know like, okay, there are some reflections there. Like there is something there. There is past, present, or future. It's some type of reflection there that's letting you know either you got that in you, you have that in you, you had that in you, you have it in you now, or you can have it and you will have it at a later date, past, present, or future. However, um, in some way, so this person, this energy over here, it's like okay, together. However, they do need to be make sure that they're being like generous to themselves or delicate to themselves or compassionate with themselves. It's like a energy of being able to show up for other people emotionally, but not showing up for yourself emotionally. And it doesn't feel like this energy on this other side like it's in a low vibrational place. They probably don't even think that there's anything wrong with how they show up for other people and they're not showing up for themselves. Right? That's how I'm feeling that. They probably don't even think that there's nothing wrong, but self-care is mandatory too. Self-care is very necessary. They may look at it like it's being selfish when them not being selfish to other people is them being selfish to themselves. Excuse me. So now we're going to get into the clarifications before we get up out of here. Spirit, can we have the cards to clarify the Seven of Discs? You know, what it is that we need. Can you give us the cards? I really wanted to clarify that Five of Wands, but okay. I am not going to play with y'all. I am not going to play with y'all. When you have, let me get this other card right quick. Passion and purpose is always worth it, okay? There's this light. Let me go back. I'm moving too fast. Clarifying the Seven of Discs in reverse, you have the Hermit in reverse and you have the Two of Swords. The Hermit in reverse is like a not tapping into you type of energy. And again, that's what this other energy could be possibly here to show you or teach you or get you to become more aware of is how to actually tap into yourself, how to actually, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Like everybody has a gift, but it's almost like you're confused on how you're supposed to move or you're confused on whether or not this is what it's showing up to be. How would you know if you don't ever tap into it and just try it for what it's presenting itself as? Like a lot of times we be afraid of failure. A lot of times we be afraid of things not working out. But you go into these spaces mentally when they have not even happened yet. I was just having a conversation where I was pretty much talking about like it took Thomas Edison 1,000 tries before the light bulb was invented. 1,000 tries. So if it takes another individual 1,000 times to try to get their invention or their thing together, why do we feel like we just have to have it or have to get it after the first try? Like really make that make sense. To me, not to me, but to you. I was going to say to me and to you, but it's not even about me. It's really about you understanding that you are capable. And even if you do start something and it doesn't turn out how you seen the end goal the first time, you still get closer and closer every time. You may get discouraged, you may get frustrated, but that does not mean give up. That don't mean give up. That means, oh shit, I'm a little bit closer than I was before. Because you don't have to go all the way back to the drawing board. You just got to tweak the experiment a little bit. Listen, I might tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie. Ain't that what they say? We're going to clarify the Nine of Wands now. The Nine of Wands is clarified by the Six of Discs and the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Five of Discs in reverse. It's still just the energy of like being worried about what's out of your control. It's almost like stop trying to control everything. Stop being so emotionally attached to the outcome. Just do your part. That's all you can do is do your part. Get clear on what it is that you actually want. And regardless of what has to happen in that little dash, you got A and then you got Z. You trying to go from A to Z. You forgetting about B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Like, I'm just, listen, if I knew where you were at, I would come find you. And I don't know what I would do. I would just like drill it in your mind and your thoughts, like show you everything that I could see in you so that you can see for yourself like how capable you are of actually manifesting your whole dang on dream life. Like your whole damn dream life, you can manifest it if you just put yourself into alignment and stop worrying and stop battling with yourself. Stop going back and forth with yourself. Because listen, and many people might not see it like this, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. When you go against yourself, you're going against like the higher power as well, right? Source, creator, God, because that energy is within you. You are an extension of the source. So God does not only speak to you, source also speaks through you. So when you get these downloads and you see these visions, this is God saying, giving you the green light. Okay, go. So when you want to stay stuck and you're not going when the green light has been flashed right before your eyes, now that's pretty much being disobedient. We be questioning too much instead of really trusting the process, like really trusting in the Most High, trusting in Source, really having faith and trusting in ourselves. Because again, you are an extension of that, of the end all be all. You are an extension of that. And you just got to put yourself in a position to be able to see it. Spirit, can we have cards to close out? What is it that we need? Okay. We got instinct. And we also have abundance. Okay? Instinct. Intuition. That goes back into me talking about that God energy that's within you. And how when God give you the green light say go, you still stay stuck when you know that you're supposed to be doing something. But because you come into like this, and I'm not shaming the ego because the ego is very necessary, right? In certain points and times of our lives. But like your intuition, right? That trust in yourself, tap into that. You really want to tap into that. It's very necessary. And on the other side of it, it's like how you perceive things, how you view things. Maybe you always looking at something as it's a loss or like you missing out somewhere or a lack in certain areas. When if you open your mind up and you allow yourself to become creative instead of stressing or being depressed and overworked and overwhelmed or whatever the energy is that's not helpful for you, once you remove those energies, you will be able to come into more solutions, right? The solutions will, like, you're tapping into your creative space. There is always something that you can be able to take from any type of situation. Everything that you think is and or was a loss in your life, I can guarantee you is gems in there. I guarantee you is lessons. I guarantee you is downloads. But because you're looking at it in a particular way, more so negative way, you can't see it. And then when somebody tries to present it to you, because that's not what you want to feel in that moment, like you'll be closed off to the information. You'll be closed off to the very thing that can help you overcome whatever it is that you feel like is defeating you or keeping you in an energy of lack, failure, sorrow, grief, strife, weakness, for lack of better words, worry, emotional attachment to things that you have no way to change. So pay attention to the people who are like happy and joyful and manifesting, right? There is definitely this energy is around you. And it's not there just because it's trying to make you jealous. It's not there just because it wants to piss you off or irritate you or, make you feel like you don't have. Because those people that you look at and you see they have everything that they want, again, they're showing up to show you this could be you too. You just have to put yourself in alignment with it. So be willing to show up and ask certain questions. Ask those people questions without feeling guilty or without feeling ashamed because you feel like you should know this already or you don't want to. I done had people tell me, like, I didn't really want to reach out to you because your following is so big. What? We're not even gonna worry about that. Like, I can give you whatever information I can give you, right? Up until a certain point. Like if it starts to tap into what I teach, then that's something different. But I still will give you some type of resources for you to be able to find your own way. I'm not gatekeeping the information around here. That's not what I'm on. So, with all that being said, love, I definitely hope this brought you some clarity. I definitely hope it makes sense. I would appreciate it if you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, especially if you stayed this long. Subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, and until next time, enjoy yourself.